And why do trolls harass content creators and their folks in the chat? And so for this exercise, I'm going to start out by using a little bibliomancy. And bibliomancy is when one divines knowledge, information out of books. And for this case specifically, I am using a St. Joseph's Sunday Missal that was given to me when I was confirmed as a Catholic in 1997, I believe, at St. James Church in McMinnville. That's a 3, 4, 3. 4, 3, 5. So I'm using a couple different things here. I'm using this book here, the Sunday Missal, and I'm using a little bit of numerology. So page 435, that's in the beginning of this book, and it's most likely about the Advent season. We'll see what we can glean from it. 435. Oh, it's Easter. Church year A. And I'll just read off the page. We'll see what pops out. As for a why, the why of trolls. We speak of disclosure moments, times when we are more than usually open to some transcendent reality. The New Testament word for the moment or time is kairos. The Greek language has 2 words for time: chronos, time measurable in years, and kairos. I'm butchering the word. Time of opportunity, time of grace. Jesus said the kairos, time of favor or fulfillment, is at hand. Be converted and believe in the good news. God is present in you. God is present to you in Christ, the Bible, the breaking of the bread, any good person. So maybe those who are trolls are not necessarily good people. Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous deeds. He has revealed to the nations his saving power. Alleluia. And so it talks about love and transformation, because that's kind of what Easter is all about. Mark 1:14 through 15. So in one sense, maybe the trolls are trying to correct people's behavior. That's a possibility. And they do so by using their words as weapons. All things in good time. So I'm not so sure now. Sometimes now, but with that, we're thinking why. The why is because it's all about a time, and so we are looking at the numbers of 4, 3, and 5. And 4 is a foundations, self-expression, and challenge. So 4, 3, 5, and the total energy of 4, 3, 5 is that of 9, 10, 11, 12. It's actually a why, because they feel in their harassment that they are expressing themselves in the ways that they know how, which is through using their words as weapons. That's the way I see it. But let's go take a look at some other cards, and see what the tarot has to say about it. And home, come on. Anyways, hopefully this stream is clear. I don't know. We will look at, in this sense, we're going to be looking at the Apprentice Tarot. As a person attracted to words, this is something. I'm a person attracted to words. So the question is why do trolls harass people? Why do internet trolls harass people? Because that's what it kind of feels like. Maybe that troll is just having a grand old time. But to people in their wake, it's about, to me, it seems like harassment. And so we have a Three of Wands, and it's sitting on the side, so I'm just going to leave it on the side. It came out on the side. So for a why, is it a lack of foresight? It's their urge, an ambition. This ambition to mess people up. And before we go any further, I want to do a shout out to Mama Sushi, and who is one of my mods. And I wanted to thank my mods for the service that they do, and want my mods to know how much I appreciate what it is that they do, because I can't always see the chat when I am doing readings and so forth. And so, yes. Well, Red Pill, I have a different, maybe what your words are true. Maybe. But I'm willing to, so I'll tell you a story, Red Spill, a real spill. A long time ago, when I was baptized and so forth, and yes, I chose a path. Granted, I have chosen a path of mysticism, and I chose a path to have faith and to wherever God would lead me. And this is where God has led me. So maybe your God uses, I don't know. Maybe your God is not the same as my God. So anyways. So the why of it is, maybe it's about correction. It is that you, trolls feel they need, or people, they need to correct people. But Mr. Real Spill, anyways, the Six of Cups. So in a sense of why, a why. But then again, Mr. Real Spill, I am I have a relationship to Mary and to the baby Jesus, and have an understanding of these things. And being that an understanding of your ancestors and how your ancestors, the saints that have gone before you, how they shape our journeys. So, Mr. Real Spill, the Jesus journey is not about Jesus. It is about all of us. This sort of a gift of the Logos that comes upon our heart, that God wrote the Logos upon our hearts. And in this sense, that is true. But this experience is our experience. This experience is our experience. Now, only Jesus is Jesus. But there is you is you. There's me is me. And there are others that they are themselves. And this Logos, which is written on your heart, is about this particular experience, the Jesus experience of becoming, in that it is so in our Western tradition, because you're born in this world, you are born in a world where Christianity is the dominant religion, so therefore you are a Christian. If you are born into a country where where Hinduism is a dominant religion, well, then you are Hindu. And so, by your logic, if you are born in the wrong place, then hellfire is your destiny. And so your God is not a loving God. And so that's just another argument, another thought. But there are other things that will damn us than using the gifts of the discernment of the Spirit, the gifts of the Spirit, in order to lead, to guide, to heal others. I remember of a gospel, and it's in the Gospels. I don't know exactly where, because it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I last read the Bible, but the apostles or the disciples came to Jesus with this rumor that there are these other people who were healing and doing things in God's name, and that they were not associated with the disciples. And Jesus did not see that as an issue, that there were these others out there who were healing and using the gifts of the Spirit in order to help others. So anyways, the motivation comes from an urge to do this, a vision in one's head that this is the right thing to do, to tell people who practice tarot or other things. But it would be that they are in the wrong, and maybe I am in the wrong. It's possible. I'll accept that. I'll accept my fate, if that be my fate. If my fate be to burn in hell for all eternity, then that will be my fate. And it's most likely that this is not the thing that's going to damn me. Because, we are saved by works and our faith. And that faith, in the sense of that we are saved by, and it's not a sense of your religion. You're not really saved by your religion. Your religion is just the guidebook in order for you to achieve this. Now, sometimes, of course, when we concentrate on this, we are solely concentrated on the body and staying within body realm. But one of the things, I'm getting kind of preachy here. I need to get my my soapbox thing. I'm getting a little preachy here. Is that lost my train of thought here about this. Huh, I don't know. I forgot. While I was looking for my card, I forgot. So there is the urge, the ambition to do this, and maybe it gives a person some joy, some simple joy, some joy and some meaning in their life for harassing people. And I'm going to put it to you in that way, for harassment. And then there's a sense of the cup spilling out, moving forward, and their cup of love spilled out onto the ground, and refilled with drama, and liking the drama of the moment. And it's a position that really comes from a place of weakness. And if I look at, let's say, what the energy of these numbers are, the down energy and the up energy, this one that's on the side, I'm not so sure how to count it, but I see that there's a 3, and we're looking at 10, 6, 6, and in this case, it probably is coming that they come from a good place, an idea that they're doing the right thing but the foundations are turned upside down. It comes from a place of a lack of foundation. There's a foundation that is turned topsy-turvy. We have 12, 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. And it comes from a sense of not really fully thinking about what goes on. Not really thinking. It's sort of more of an impulsivity, this urge. The motivation is of an urge to do this. So I'm looking there, and as I was saying how I wanted to thank Mama Sushi for her friendship and for being one of my moderators. So that is this. So that's enough on trolls. maybe I wanted to see what Spirit has to tell me. What does Spirit want us to know? And one of the senses of maybe talking about unintentional magic. Because, Christians actually do practice magic. They just don't know that they do. Prayer is a form of magic. It is putting an intention out in the world. The Eucharistic celebration, communion, this is a form of magic, of imbuing a spiritual reality into a physical thing. That's practicing magic. And prayer, as I said, intentions, placing that intention out there. And what you're doing is you're putting that intention out into the human superconsciousness. Now, my opinion about it's this thing that connects one to another. We can see into it. People have, through time, they've been able to see into this. They've used astrology. I mean, the prophets of the Old Testament, they used the zodiac. Because, a lot of, when they have dug up old synagogues and so forth, old synagogues had zodiac symbols on the floors. Judaism was for the most part, modern Judaism from 2,500 years ago and more had a lot of astrology baked right into it. And you see in the infancy narrative of Jesus, and you have these wise men who come to Bethlehem. They followed a star, and that star led them directly to this manger in Bethlehem, where the new Jesus was born into the world. That was in that gospel story itself, it is talking about divination. These people practiced divination in order to gain this knowledge. Casting lots, that was also another form of divination. It's like dice. You're throwing the dice down, and that was a form of divination. So the thing about divination is that if it is a approved form for your religious tradition, then it is safe to use divination. If it is now tarot is new. The first, it came into Western consciousness about the same time that the printing press did. In like the 1400s. But the first tarot deck was just a pack of playing cards that wealthy people used to play games. But tarot as a divinatory tool is really new. Numerology is old. People have been doing numerology, I think, since like 4,000 years, 3,000, 4,000 years. Pythagoras, from Pythagoras, and so numerology comes is the study of number, of finding meaning in numbers, is an old form. And astrology is old too. It goes back for thousands of years. Tarot is really new. So the Bible doesn't talk about tarot because it the Bible most of the Bible, it really only pertains to a particular point of time, especially like all of the apocalyptic stuff. Most all the apocalyptic stuff referred to the time in which those people were writing in. So, like the book of Revelations, for the most part, was fulfilled when the siege of Jerusalem or Israel occurred in 88, and the last outpost Masada fell. I think it was in 88. I stood in Masada. I've been in Masada before. A long time ago. I've been in Israel. Israel is a very powerful place. The walls themselves are dripping with memories. At least that was my experience. Touching the walls and feeling the memories of the ages. And so am I making I don't know that can make you can't convince people who are unwilling to hear. And actually this guy is actually kind of, and in one sense Red Spill is kind of correct, and that, but in one sense of, most people don't listen. Most people don't listen. They only hear what they want to hear. Regardless of whatever the advice is that's given, people don't listen. Heck, me myself, I mean, I don't one of the things I don't want to know is I don't want to know my future. I don't want to know anything about my future. I do want to know things about right now. Occasionally I will ask tarot readers for advice, or I'll go into my own cards and ask for advice. But I think that that really, when you are looking for advice, you should go to another guide and let them guide you, because when it's you yourself, there's a bias there, and you're not really gonna look at the deeper truths that are there, because you just plain don't want to see it. But with that being said, the method I'm using to find my page numbers comes directly from another channel, Moon Scarab. And Moon Scarab does Bibliomancy, and he uses a series of dice in order to get the pages. I use these two tops. Now, there's 1,500 pages in here, and this top gets me the first two digits of the number 1 to 15. Now, when I use this top to get the other two digits, and granted, when I wrote it out, I forgot to put the 0 in it. So if it lands between 1 and 9, then I put the 0 in it. And so that's that. But anyways, let's clear the air. I'd like to start out with this. We're going to clear the air, because I don't think we'll be getting any questions tonight, which is okay. We'll just use this sound. Mother Mary, we have a question, or I have a question. I'm seeking the truth in this moment. Mother Mary, help me to find the truth of this moment right now. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, humanity. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for all of us, now and all throughout our journey here. Just looking for a page number. For truth. Two. $22.5. 250. Jump the tract. 250. Oh, it doesn't want to do it. $251. So we're going to look at two pages, 25 and 251. $25 and $251. Manifesting. So the whole value of this added together is 7 and 8, and you're bringing into the now your the thoughts gleaned from contemplation. In union with the whole church. And here, church means body of Christ, or it is a body of individuals steeped in Christ consciousness. We honor Mary, the Virgin Mother of Jesus, our Lord and God. We honor Joseph, her husband, the apostles and martyrs, Peter and Paul and Andrew. We honor the saints that have come before us. This is about the honoring of the saints and understanding that the saints are there to guide us. And being that this is a Eucharistic prayer, it is about that changing the species of the bread into the body of a God, and the wine into the blood of a God. That's the essential message of that, is bringing this thought into reality. Welcome, Paloma. Welcome. And offering this up to the community, to the body, offering up the gifts of the body to the body. That's what I see here on page 25. Let's take a look at 251. 251. It's a Lent. Lent is a time of fasting. It is a time of reflection. In Lent, this is a time that you go into your own desert, to go into your own space, to reflect over your life, to reflect over where you have been so far. And in this sense, the Lord said to Abram, and Abram is the person who became Abraham, "Go forth from the land of your kinsfolk and from your father's house to a land that I will show you, and I will make you a great nation. I will bless your name. I will make your name great so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you." In the sense that yesterday of this, of binding the this is in a sense of making spiritual realities real, the blessings and the curses. A blessing, a physical blessing becomes a spiritual thing, becomes a real thing, whether it be a blessing or a curse. All the communities of the earth shall find blessing in you. Abraham went as directed, and Lot went with him. Abraham was 75 years old when he left Haran. And then, so it is about going forth. It is about, so 251 is about a journey. It is making a journey real. So what did I say this one was about? This one was about the knowledge of your ancestors. The knowledge of ancestors that we can access. The knowledge of your ancestors, those who have gone before you, that they are there present for you to guide you in times of need. And this was also of this Eucharistic prayer of the changing, about changing. It was about change, changing physical things into spiritual realities, changing physical things into spiritual, SPIRIU, spiritual realities. That's what page 25 was about. And what did I say 251 was about? Lent, about self-reflection, about self-reflection. And it was also about initiation into a new reality, into a new reality. So in this sense, the message here is that there is knowledge that we can access from the ancestors who have gone before us, the saints. They can speak to us if we are open to listen. And it's also about changing things into things. So the manifestation, making something real that is something that you think of in your head. Making intentions real. Changing physical, but in this sense, it is changing a piece of bread into the body of a god, changing wine into the blood of a god. And you drink that into yourself. You eat the flesh of a god, and you bring that power into yourself. You drink the blood of a god, and you bring that power into yourself so that it becomes a part of you. These things are changed, and in turn, you are changed. You are changed by ingesting the... Well, hello, Crystal. Welcome. I guess I'm just on my soapbox tonight. Kind of soapboxing it here. And maybe I'm just going through and seeing what messages that Spirit has for us. The self-reflection, the Lenten period, the period of going into the desert to reflect upon your life and to see what it is that you need to let go of. But also, in that story, in that Genesis story, it's that kicker in kicking you off onto a journey. And so that is actually what happens at the end of you go into Lent, you go into the desert, and you are going into a new journey, a initiation into a new reality. Anyways, I hope that made sense. I don't know. And how are you, Crystal? I think this is the third time I've been on in the last, 14 hours. Yeah, I was on someone else's channel. So do you have a question? Do you have a question, Crystal, or Paloma? Or are you just hanging out and listening? I'll probably come back on in a more reasonable hour tomorrow night after I get home from the beach. I do have to get up pretty early tomorrow. But here we are. What else have we got here? Maybe, I haven't... But, I was warned that the fires of hell are waiting for me, that God has created a spot in hell for me because of my divinatory practice. Oh, maybe that's true. I don't know. What do you think? That's this. We have, oh, in the spirit of words. We will go into these cards and look for a word. Thus far, what we have been given is very positive. The beginnings of a journey, that initiation into a new reality. All right, when should I stop shuffling? Interesting. Well, what we'll do is one more shuffle. I'm going to cut the deck, and that card on the top is my card. Look at that, it's number 7. Ancestor. So, like over here, we had the number 7 of being in a contemplative state. So this moment is about looking within. Looking within for your inspiration. Looking within for your inspiration. There's 4 people looking in, and I was saying that it was a foundational thing. Look into emptiness. And the word empty kind of pops out. Because often we feel empty inside. And the need to fill it with something. But there's also looking into the emptiness. That's that Lenten experience. Look into the emptiness of the desert to find yourself. Look into the emptiness. Look into the sky and see who you are. The moon, open the box. Opening the box up and see inside. The moon is there to guide us. And the devil is always there to mock you. That's also in that part. The mocking tempter. The tempter tempting you to not look inside the box. Look inside your own emptiness to see what, if it is truly empty. Embracing that emptiness versus spending time just trying to fill it up with something. It's very hard to do. This is a very hard thing to do, to look into your own emptiness and to try to figure out, to see it for what it is, and not spend time trying to fill this with more empty desires. Interesting. Interesting. I was going to go, I guess I'll finish this session out today with this Mother Mary Oracle. And if you're still there, Crystal, you can tell me when to stop shuffling. So it becomes a thing about us. All right. And since we don't know when to stop, we'll stop right here. Our Lady who gives peace, you have been holding on to a deep concern, and I ask you to hand it over to me now. Allow me to offer you a gift in exchange for your devotion and trust. I offer you the gift of peace, peace that all is now resolved according to Mother Mary's grace. Peace that the material situation is flowing forward, perfect completion. My peace is with you now, my beloved. And here's this nice image here. These 3 eggs, the balance of the spirit, the self, the source, and that spiritual force that binds everything together. And it's this sense of this, how many numbers are here? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 3. So it's essentially of 1, 2, 3. 1, a new beginning. 2, balance. And 3, the expression, the creative expression of the moment. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the completion of all of that. Hey, that's all I got for you guys. I'll be back another day. Oh, I don't think Red Real Spill is still here. Anyway, too, I gotta go. Thank you guys for being here. Real Spill, if you are still there, thank you for your watch time. And I will be back tomorrow or the next day, most likely Friday night, before midnight my time. I think I'm gonna Let's see. Yes, be blessed with you as well, for we are all blessed. We have all been sent out onto a new journey. You can trust your ancestors. Trust the saints that have gone before you. They are there for you to guide you along the way. Go look into your own desert, your own Lenten experience, your own emptiness, and see with your eyes what it has to say for you. Welcome to. All right. Good night. Thank you, and we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.